we're at the entrance of the Fort Custer Recreation area between Augusta and Battle Creek, Michigan. The recreation area is part of the larger complex that used to be known as Fort Custer. And it used to be in the First and Second World War, they trained a lot of troops. And there's still a few government facilities here. There's a National Cemetery, Army Guard unit, and a VA hospital, but the rest has been turned over either to the state for the state park here or to the city of Battle Creek, where they have turned it into a industrial park. So Fort Custer used to be quite large, and the area itself basically is probably around 5 miles long by maybe 3 miles wide. And there's still some areas such as, like I say, in the Army Guard has a training facility here, and they have places where they run the tanks through the woods and stuff, but for the most part it's turned over to the civilian area, along with the campground that we're going to go stay at. Well, here at the Fort Custer State Park, it's in the middle of the fall foliage season. It's not quite peaked yet, so we thought we would take a few trips here this time of the year to see what the colors are like. And it's kind of cold this weekend. We had a lot of rain and cold and stuff. But here's our spot, 166. It's kind of like most state parks. You gotta spot the park. Although this one is asphalt, not all of them are asphalt. Even then, it's a little bit unlevel, so I had to use some leveling blocks. And we got the little lot back here, and typical of state parks with a fire pit and a picnic table. One thing is that the power cord is quite some distance away. It's probably 40 feet from the coach, so this is the third time this year I've had to use my 25-foot extension cable. Well, we got blue skies this morning, so this might end up being a little nicer day. We're not quite at the peak yet for the foliage, change of colors. It's probably going to come in another week or two. But typical of state parks in Michigan. There's the next one. Through those bushes you can see the next fire ring. And there's maybe 200 spots at this campground. It's kind of a small one. But still, it's $21 a night. I mean, and that includes electricity. Modern, semi-modern shower and, bathroom facilities, which this has, although it's a little bit of walk. It's a couple hundred feet walk from here, but it's not a bad place to go. It's cheap enough. Well, this is the beach at Eagle Lake at the Fort Custer area, and it's kind of strange because this beach is about a mile from the campground. So you can walk it, of course, or you can bike it, but if you have a car, sometimes that's easier to get there. And the beach has got sun over here, so I don't want to get too close to it, but you can see the beach is down there, and here's the picnic area, or rather, this is a shower and concession stand. And then up on top of the hill they have a picnic area, and then kind of across the little bay there they have a boat ramp. Eagle Lake is actually an artificial or a semi-artificial lake. It was a lot smaller, and then when they built the state park, they dammed the lake here to make the lake larger. And this is a access road, and across here you can see what the level used to be. And one thing Fort Custer area offers is there's horse trails and bike trails all over the place. And they have like here's a trail just for mountain biking, and you need something with big grippy tires to go on it because it's pretty rugged. Even though there are mountain biking trails here, there's no mountains. So I think they're just calling it that because it's rugged. Well, this is Whitford Lake on the other side of the park. A little bit smaller than Eagle Lake. There is a boat launch behind those trees there that will accommodate basically your proverbial rowboat. And there's a little deck out here that you can look at the lake a little better, and this little picnic area here. But that's about it for this lake. Now there is a third lake called Jackson Hole, which is just beyond that tree line, but it's really a small lake. It's not much more than a pond.